Let me record. Boom. Here we go, ho. Here we go, ho. All right, cool. So we are now, Brendan, fix your mic. We are now live on YouTube. Fun stuff. Now I'm posting on Patreon.
How's that?
Boom. Posted. All right, fantastic. What's up?
What's up, everybody?
How are you? How are you two? Before I address everybody, how are my friends?
I'm good, I think.
I don't know. I would like to also ask that question because I saw Brendan's Instagram story making an entire faux show to his, not to be confused with faux show, which is affirmative. But
Hey.
in his Instagram stories about hating his life and how he wants to kill himself.
Oh,
So,
well, the thing about that is that it could be anything. It could be the horrors of my life, but I also I fucked up shaving and I was like, fuck, I want to kill myself.
Dude, I almost just said, what was it when you shaved your face?
Yeah. Well, like, so I'm shaving, right?
It's a lot of face. I get it.
It is a lot of face. It sucks, man. I need a beard, but I just can't
pure
fucking grow.
face. You need some sort of, if there's like facial cream, like a way to kind of grow in man face.
Is there? Is that
if there was, that's what I've been taking, and the results are paying off.
Oh boy.
But so like when I get my beard trimmed during a haircut or whatever, one time in Boston, this guy fucking made this like fucking killer neck kind of thing, like Long Island. It looked so fucking good, and I've just been chasing that.
Here's
the thing.
You
mean your chin strap?
Chin strap. It's never looked good. That did not look good when you got it, and I'm shocked.
Did look good.
No, it didn't. No chin strap has ever looked good on anybody. It's never.
Yeah.
It's never.
Especially
worked.
on guys. What?
Yeah, when you just like extend your face and you see that the line is just is like but a line. It's just a total suggestion of a jawline.
It's hair contouring. That's what you're doing.
It looks fucking killer, dude. And I just have been chasing that. So I tried to do it myself, and it just was like, I mean, it looked like I fucking scribbled in a line or whatever. It was like,
oh no. I got
awful,
real good at doing that in junior college because I had the whole I got lineups. I had the whole embarrassing accoutrement of my face where I got the tape up low fade with the fucking all the way down. Didn't have that part because even I knew then in my worst taste ever that a chin strap doesn't work on anyone.
Dude, I thought the same way, but it looked fucking cool. It looked good. I don't know what to tell you, man. I'm the same way.
Jump in here.
Can you put up a picture? I'm trying to think of what that. Do you have a picture from when that was when you said you were in Boston?
Yeah, this was like 2 years ago.
So, but you have shows from doing that. That was a gig with Carly, right? So you have pictures from that.
I don't have pictures from it.
You have to have a picture. Yeah,
I don't. Absolutely.
Wait, hold on. So it was so good that you decided to capture none of it. You decided to never take like, all right, I want my face to look like this as often as possible picture.
Yes. Well, I learned that very recently to do that. I have pictures of a recent haircut if you guys want that.
You know what? I would like
picture
that.
my hair so much.
You know what? To prove a point, I'd like you to pull it up.
There is a picture of the chin strap that I sent to Jess, but I'm not going to go through. That's 2 years ago. And also so much heartbreak. I'm not going to do that.
I would love for you to scroll through your text messages with Jess right now, live on YouTube, until you get to that picture.
Just be like, oh, I forgot about
I'd really rather not.
All right.
I'd really rather not.
Tough
there's
Thursday.
ups, there's downs.
And then he gets halfway up. He's like, oh, maybe we can make it work. And he's like, no. I
gotta. Oh shit! My computer is like. I feel like Brendan right now. I just found my charger completely unplugged.
Oh, I'm not charging either.
Oh my
goodness. People make mistakes.
People do make mistakes. Well, not us. Welcome everybody to the live episode, Monday night live episode of What's the Scenario podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Mike Cannon. With me as always,
Brendan Flag and Eagle. This is Mike Feeney. Here's the best part. You keep doing that. They're gonna keep stepping on your own words. No, I
just say it really fast.
Yeah. Yeah. While I'm also talking. Yeah.
Oh, I wish I had a video on loop of me getting bit by the dog.
There
I'd
you
just
go.
play that
That'd be
in my
great.
background. That'd be
That'd
fucking
be so
dope.
distracting.
Can I ask you?
It
I
would.
mean, wouldn't I feel this way even more so knowing who Michael Jordan is after watching that Jordan documentary. It is so weird that LeBron James is also 23.
Yeah.
Not really. He grew up
It's-
idolizing him.
Yeah, man, but it's like be your own person even a little. That's so uncomfortable to be like, let me be the
Totally
best player.
disagree. Totally disagree.
Ugh.
Anthony Davis is also 23.
It's
There's a
douche
lot of
chills.
players that are really good that are 23.
You
But
don't
LeBron
do-
James grew up openly idolizing Michael Jordan and being a completely
he can
different
be.
type of dominant basketball
Yeah,
player.
but you don't.
So
He can
he
be,
is
but
his
don't
own.
be
Brendan,
23.
don't even chime in.
Let me
You've
have a-
never seen either of them play. I don't want to hear a
You
single
saw Michael
thought.
Jordan play?
Yeah.
Live?
You can be
Yeah.
you can
Cool.
be you can be number 22 or 21 or anything else and just like be your own
And
number.
He was also number 6. And he's going to go back to 6 because he's
Great, that
giving
I
Anthony
love.
Davis
Be
number
6.
23. And then Anthony
Love it.
Davis, who is also one of the best players in the NBA, will be number 23.
Yeah, for
So
now,
what-
but he'll be a flyby. He's not going to be. I mean, he won't be.
No, he's
Hall of
great.
Fame
He's going to be a
forever.
Hall of Famer. He's fucking
He's going to be
awesome.
Michael Jordan.
No, but he's going to be a Hall of Famer. 'Cause
20,
he's
and
a
it's also
totally
crazy in
different
basketball.
position.
They don't retire numbers.
Huh?
That's
They should
wild.
retire numbers.
It's
yeah.
wild. They don't retire numbers in basketball.
Well, gentlemen, it makes me think of a story. Okay.
What's your story,
One
Marty?
time, a little story about a man named Jackie Chan. You heard of him?
Yes.
So one time someone said, what do you say to people that are saying you're the next Bruce Lee? And old JC said, I don't want to be the next Bruce Lee. I want to be the first Jackie Chan.
Yeah.
Is that it?
I love that.
That's it. That's the story.
All right. So tonight's topic is parties. Monday on our live shows, we do topics typically for our Patreon exclusive podcast of What's the Scenario. We do hypotheticals, what ifs, scenarios, all that stuff. We pitch these questions back and forth to each other. We just riff, have a good time, bust each other's balls. It's super fun, escapist fun comedy, because who the fuck wants another show that talks exclusively about Corona? So tonight, our topic...
Guys, masks or no masks?
Yeah. I'm going to come out with a hardline opinion that half of you are going to love and the other half are really going to hate. So tonight's topic is parties. We're going to get our questions from the Patreon. Are you guys ready?
I'm ready.
I'm ready. I've been having a goddamn party all day. It's beautiful outside. Erica,
Are you boozed up?
Erica learned how to make frozen drinks, both frosé
Oh, man.
and a frozen Aperol spritz. And the frozen Aperol spritz is something that, I mean, I've had one good one in my life, and she perfected on the first try. And now I'm worried for our well-being going forward, knowing this is a
Great.
potential.
I would
weapon.
have one of those as my morning coffee.
It's like
I'm also boozing.
so delicious.
What are you drinking? Soup and tequila?
I always here's the thing. I always ask, is that soup? And he made fun of me. He goes, no, it's soup. It's a mug. And then I look at it closer. It says soup on it.
Well, it has a coffee mug holder, so I don't know what
Well,
you
you could
think.
drink soup out of that.
Yeah,
That's true.
totally. It's
That's true.
probably it's bigger.
made
It's a
for
bigger
soup.
mug than regular.
Imagine if I
mugs,
was
right?
eating.
It is a
I'm
soup
drinking
mug.
whiskey out of this, like a mac and cheese.
That's the water you used? Yeah, it's whiskey.
Oh,
Like it's a hot toddy.
Whiskey, and I've also rolled myself a nice.
little
stick.
Bayhams.
Nice.
Oh.
I took
I finished mine. God damn it. I was so excited because I just thought in my head, I was like, yeah, I got another half out there. And I was like, nope, I smoked the whole thing before this.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. All right. Question?
Mm-hmm.
Excellent. Morgan Conway, would you all still party as hard as you did when you were younger if you didn't get hangovers?
No, probably not. I still party pretty hard though. I go fucking.
Don't you dare stare the camera down and say, I still party pretty hard though.
They call me Cuban Pete.
Do you party? I mean, nobody is partying hard in quarantine. They're more or less like drinking heavily. Like that's.
Yeah.
But
the new
before
party hard.
quarantine, I was partying pretty hard.
Yeah. I mean, maybe I would definitely, I'd probably drink if I didn't get hangovers.
Yeah, I think I would drink more, but it's like it's one. I don't know if it's a chicken or the egg thing. Like I don't get hangovers really anymore because I don't drink to the point of getting hangovers usually.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, but I don't know if that's a internal thing or I've just grown out of being like that. Let's get another shot and another shot. You know?
Yeah,
way.
I
No
definitely
way.
never did. That's when I'm in
It
my
was fun.
competitive and when I'm in the arena and I'm competitive against everybody there and they don't even know they're in a game, man, I'm ready to rip it back, baby.
So,
so
you know how
funny,
many
dude.
of those nights that we were at like New York Comedy Club, we all come in at the same time. We're like, we're drinking. And we're like, yeah. And then like we all get drinks, and then we're in the green room. Mike's got a double vodka soda. We're probably drinking vodka sodas or whatever. We like cheers it. We start talking to somebody else. We turn around. Mike's is empty. He goes away. He comes back with another full one. We're like chasing to finish our second one up. Then in an hour and a half, Mike's like, he's biting Brendan's
in
nipple.
an hour and a half,
and
I'm
then
like, I'm beating you.
yeah. He says, he goes, I'm beating you,
I
and then
win
gets in
it
an
somehow.
Uber, and then gets in an Uber and leaves, and then we drink for the next 6 hours after
Yeah.
that. And he's like, I won.
I'm a drinking cheetah. I run, I sprint
Yeah.
very fast, and then I flame out.
But it's funny to say like you're competing against people that don't even know that they're playing, because we're leaving the party going like, wow, what a great time. And you're leaving it like, yeah, I beat him. I won again. Mikey wins again.
All right, good for you. Hell yeah.
No, I don't drink according to the hangover. I care about a hangover when it's happening, but I don't. I'm never like, oh, I should slow down. Except when I was with Feeney at fucking that casino where he was drowning me in water.
We had so much booze. I was like, just keep drinking. And then we were so full. And then we kept drinking ice water, just glasses and glasses of cold water on dessert and steak and potatoes and appetizers and martinis. Cold water all on top of it. And then I was hungover.
I wasn't, which was great.
Dude, I just almost threw up, Brendan, when you took a sip because I just pictured like cold minestrone soup. I
Ice
don't know
chips.
why. Yeah.
It's all
just
white,
like vegetable
sauce.
soup. Ugh. Oh yeah, last night, dude. That Feeney, Brendan and I did that IG Hive, and he poured white sauce all in his mouth and all over his tits. And while it was hilarious, I couldn't stop actual dry heaving. Like I almost threw up like 4 or 5 times.
He said you did throw up.
No, I didn't. I was crying because my body was retching. My body was trying to push anything out of me, but it had no luck.
I thought you fucking puked. I was like, all right, I don't need to say anything funny for the rest of the time.
Oh, no. That was hilarious. Brendan was like, I feel so unfunny right now. I'm ready to just like, I'll do anything, man. Anything you say.
Yeah.
What a dangerous way to start
I
an
know.
Instagram Live.
I just become Bam Margera when I'm like, I can't think of anything funny, so I'm just going to throw myself in a shopping cart at something.
Oh, that's so good. All right, next question from Michael, genderless icon with a hammer. Oh, actually, no, yes, he is. If you could turn into one animal, but you now think like that animal and don't have a human perspective at all, would you do it? If so, what animal would you choose and why?
This doesn't really have to do with parties.
No, it certainly doesn't. But I guess,
What?
but I guess it would be a party if you were an animal.
All right. So let's just answer it, I guess.
Yeah.
We'll save that for the real show, actually.
Yeah,
I'll
let's
carry
do that
that
on the
question
show.
over since this is a thematic parties show. Sorry, Michael. We'll get to your thing on our Wednesday show. Jessica Scott, she is, oh my God, whoops, I clicked on everything. I'm soups high.
Jessica Scott.
Jessica Scott. Oh, this is a good one. Have you ever vomited on someone or had someone vomit on you at a party?
I've never been thrown up on. Oh my God. I've never been thrown up. Maybe like splash on my shoe from someone throwing up, but never on me. But I have thrown up. Yeah, I threw up in a person's face before, in a girl's
Yeah.
face.
In
Yeah,
a
in
girl's
college.
face?
A projectile. She was a stranger too. Projectile hit her with vomit.
Oh my God. How
It was-
pissed was she?
She was screaming.
Yeah.
Really, yeah. It's a crazy story, but it was like it was probably the most drunk I had ever been. I had full chunks of my memory that are missing from that night.
Chunks.
Hell yeah. Chunks.
Why don't
Pun
you- what
intended,
happened?
bro.
That's what I blew in her face.
Yeah, why don't you tell the story of the night? Why are you like broken?
It's a pretty crazy story. Anyway, what's the next question?
Well, because I'm starting to do it as a bit, but it's a story and it's like 8 minutes. It's a whole thing. I'm answering the question. I threw up in someone's face. There's that whole thing of it. Otherwise, you know what's going to
Could
happen.
have worked
right?
out the bit on a Zoom show incognito. This is behind the paywall
First
too.
off,
Only
it doesn't need any work. Secondly, if it
Wow.
was something.
you know.
You guys understand as comedians that you can't tell the story without telling the jokes of the story. So you have to constantly be like, you can't, you cannot. You specifically,
I can
cannot.
tell.
Don't be competitive with how competitive your storytelling is.
I can tell Mushroom Ken without telling any of the beats.
I can tell a story under the table.
What?
I can.
You can tell a story under a table?
I can outstory you guys without doing a bit under the. I was making it competitive. I'm sweating.
All right, fine. Catch Feeney's next hour for that story, everybody. Thanks for tuning in.
7 years.
So I'll tell you that I think I've thrown up on people and I've gotten thrown up on in college. I also threw up all over my car once, which was like we were driving on a blunt ride in Western fucking New York in sub-0 degree temperature. I was blacked out in my passenger seat of my car. God knows who was driving, who I gave my keys to. And we went on this ride. And the next day I went to my car to get like Wendy's or something like that. I get to my car and there's a frozen orange streak across the entire side of the car. And I threw up my entire Gatorade all over the car the night before. And it froze to the car.
Did you go to the car wash?
No, I just chipped it off kinda and just left it there. I was like, I totally didn't care. I was a piece of shit. I didn't care about that car. My best throw up though in a party situation was outside of Bourbon Street, the bar in Nyack, New York. I was talking to this chick and we were flirting all night and I had to throw up. I was blackout drunk and I was flirting with her and I just turned like this, my head away from her and I went bleh, and I threw up over my shoulder, literally just a spurt of like it just like went almost like a single fish out of my mouth, like and it just went out of my mouth over my shoulder and I turned back and we made out.
Nice.
How sick is that?
What a pig.
I don't believe that she didn't think that you threw up. I think she did it anyway because she was shit-faced. But I think that you have to. No one has ever even when people still like sly throw up, they're still like eyes are watering. You know what I mean? And they're like, and it smells incredibly like vomit.
But no, I found out. She didn't know until I told her like 5 years ago. Like
she was over here going like this.
Yeah, she was also puking. She was retching though. I was holding her hair back.
Yeah, you built her hair up and just go.
Yeah, dude.
I used her hair to mop up my puke.
I've had times where I was driving drunk and I had to puke and I just stopped at a red light and opened the door and went, and then closed the door and just kept fucking rolling, dude.
Hell, that is
I threw up on the way to recording Irish Goodbye. Just in a bag, just puking, and then the bag started leaking.
Were you hammered?
No, I was so hungover.
Yeah, I've been hungover where I stopped between cars in Brooklyn and threw up for like 20 minutes, and people are just passing me in a beautiful day in the middle of Williamsburg. And I'm like, oh, this is as low as it gets, folks.
Oh, yeah.
All right, next question. Sarah Hagen Miller, did you ever throw any parties at your house in high school?
Oh, yeah. I had a couple of good ones. Not great, but we would all hang out on my deck and just fucking. And I was like when there were parties at my house, I didn't care how many people were there. I was like, let's push it, dude. Let's just keep fucking pushing it. So like people would be like, hi, my cousin's friends want to come over. Do you think I can? I'm like, we're come over. We'd be doing like ketamine in my room, which is like cool.
Wait, ketamine in your room while people were in your house?
They weren't in my house. That was the one rule. You can't go in the house. You have to be on the deck.
But you were doing ketamine in your home
backyard.
while people were in your backyard.
Yeah.
So you were
Totally.
just you
That's
were
smart,
just
though, to keep 'em
burrowing
out of the
through
house.
burrowing through K-holes while people are just trashing your
Yeah,
backyard.
someone could have stole my grandma's urn or
Yeah.
whatever, and I would have no idea.
I used to have like I didn't really have many house parties. The one I do remember I had, I shattered the glass entertainment center moshing in my living room. But all of my friends had parties all the time, and I remember convincing my friends to have parties. I convinced
Yeah.
I could so my but so
Brendan is the
best-
kid we would convince.
yeah.
No,
So
I'm
Yeah.
not.
Oh, please.
No,
you
no.
just said you threw parties and add
Yeah,
us to that.
because
You'd throw a
I
party
wanted
every
to
day.
be a cuck.
No, we'd force
No
you.
one, no one convinced me. We had a
We'd
friend
win
named
it.
Paul who
We'd
we
win you.
convinced.
so my one of my best friends, we convinced him, and he had such a strict household. To explain it to you, I had never been in his house in our whole relationship, and I knew him for years because his dad was like nuts. And so he I guess like when he was 8, he had a friend come over, and they like broke the washing machine when they were horsing around, and then he just banned all of his friends from ever coming over. So
Sweet
so he
parents.
was going out of town. So classic like rebellion. He's like, oh, like it got floated like, oh, we should have a party at your place. And it was kind of a laugh. And then he didn't immediately react by shooting it down. And we were like, huh? And then like,
Yeah.
cut to us being, we set it up. We're like, I'm going to we took pictures of the liquor cabinet of everything to see exactly where all the bottles were and stuff like that. And we had a little mark on each of the bottles and all this other shit. So we take out the ones in the back and we're going to refill them with water and stuff. We set up a beer pong table. I think I was coming back from college. Like my first semester, so I had a funnel, a beer funnel that I had built. I like went to Home Depot and bought the materials and fucking built it. And
Cool.
so we were doing like beer funnels, and then more people just start showing up. More people start showing up, and things are starting to get like a little louder. And all of a sudden, he's going around like cleaning things and worrying and stuff. I do a beer funnel, and I just go foam explosion and just fucking blow all the foam. When you get to the bottom of it, and then you blow the foam out, and it just went to his wall, to his ceiling. It just went everywhere.
Of course it did.
It went everywhere, right? Then
God.
we're playing beer pong later on. First off, someone's outside and he's puking, screaming that he needs to go call 911 because he's too fucked up, and his head gets stuck in the wooden like banister of the porch.
What
His
is
head-
this?
so
An
they-
episode of Full House?
Yeah, so they had to break the wooden banister to get his head out. And
They
then
didn't put butter on it.
Yeah, they tried, believe me. And then while that's going on, our other best friend is in the kid's bed, like passed out, shit face, and he's throwing up between the kid's bed and his wall. It's just like that
that's
little
the
space.
worst
He's just
place.
puking in there, passed out, drunk. I'm playing beer pong. I was so shit faced. I missed one shot that was meaningless in the grand scheme of the game. It was like the first cup, and I went fuck and just punched a hole directly. I went elbow deep into his wall, and it was like, dude, it was made of breadcrumbs. I think that wall. It was
Oh
like a
my
pass
God.
between the living room and the kitchen. I punched through the wall, and I'm like, and then immediately my friend's like, Mike, why? And then like something else happened he had to go attend to. It's like there's like someone starting a fire. It was pure chaos. And then
Oh my God.
the next day, it's like we tried to put all the stuff back. We like filled up the bottles with water and stuff. And then I think he said, he's like cleaning the puke in between. And then when the dad asked what happened to the hole in the wall, he said that he was vacuuming and it dropped and just went up and into the wall somehow. Like it was just the worst lie of all time. He asked why the banister was broken. He said he was taking out the garbage. Like it was all wrapped around him doing chores as it broke. It was just
It was like I fell and didn't stop. I broke like 4 things.
Well,
It was-
Papa, I was doing my Bible reading. You see.
yeah, it was an
Dude.
epic night.
Oh my God. I told you that story. I mean, when I think of people breaking shit during parties, my friend Rob just would constantly destroy property, like, and not necessarily on purpose, but like it was always just a dumb overreach. And I think I told Feeney, you may have heard about this, Aglo, but I had a New Year's party at my buddy Tim's house. He threw this huge fucking party. We got all these like paint cans of pudding and we put it in a pool in his basement. And we covered one room in like completely white sheets, and we did like markers and black lights, and we were signing it and doing art all over the walls. And we had all like full bar, all this shit. My friend Justin just came home from school, and he had a broken jaw and was wired shut, and he was drinking super heavily and said, if I throw up, he gave me fucking wire cutters. He goes, if I throw up, you have to cut my wires. And I was like, fuck you, dude. Why are you giving me this responsibility? And he's like, I'm telling everybody. Like, oh no, this is fucking ridiculous. So it was crazy.
How bad did his breath smell, do you think? You can't brush your teeth for that?
I mean, I don't know.
Inside?
I wasn't like really getting close to his wiry jaw. He threw a fucking straw, dude.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's so gross. He was like pureeing fucking Big Macs and shit. It was disgusting.
It hurt so much.
Yeah, it definitely did. He got punched with brass knuckles in the back of the fucking jaw during a fucking front yard fight in college. So whatever. We throw this huge party. The party goes off, whatever. And at right before midnight, my buddy Rob is like about to he grabs all of this champagne, right? And he's like, everybody, let's go, let's throw this champagne. And it's Tim's mom's house. So he's like, yo, you can't like trash my mom's house and just throw champagne everywhere. Like, you have to drink champagne. You can't just this isn't the NBA finals. Like, you can't fucking spray it. And he's like, all right. And he's like, fuck you, dude. I totally wouldn't do that. I'm not a piece of shit. Fuck you, dude. Like, he made a big deal out of defending himself. And then of course it's like 3, 2, 1. He shakes up the champagne, of course, pops the cork. It shatters a light on top of the ceiling. The light breaks. Fucking glass rains from the sky and like cuts 3 people. It was like a huge fucking deal that he belligerently defended right up into the very end.
Oh my god.
Did Tim attack him?
No, I think Tim at that point was like so drunk. He was like, I'll deal with this in 10 years.
Why can't teenagers just have a party without fucking shit up? Like, we're always fucking shit up.
Because we're apes. We're literal apes.
Our humor when we're that age is like, wouldn't it be funny if I punched that window? Everybody's like, no, don't. That'd be so funny.
Oh, also, we were doing this. It was like a Super Bowl party, and Rob would just like, he was such a talented wrestler, which sucked because he was also such a bully. Every once in a while at parties, he would just start wrestling you, and he would wrestle you hard. And I'm not trained in wrestling, and he is, and he'd just fucking get me in holds or get other people in holds. And I remember he was wrestling people at this party, and everybody had enough. Everybody was like, dude, stop. You're fucking so annoying. Cut the shit. And he's like, again, belligerently defending the fact. He's like, I'm not doing it. I'm just having fun. It's like, blah, 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 whatever. And then it's like this person's brand new basement. They just got it redone. Worse. Like, he starts wrestling. I forget who it was, but like within seconds, his entire body from his chest up was through the wall. Like, he just put his whole body, completely splintered the wall, and there was a huge divot like where he went, and it was like this brand new fucking basement that he destroyed.
Dude, those are the worst people. The worst types of drunks are the ones that act like
I think he was sober.
And then you call them, or the worst types of people. Then they do something shitty, you call them out for it, and then they just won't stop being like, "What, dude? Are you kidding? Are you really? That's not what I did, dude. Are you serious?" And they just like want, and they just keep like pestering you, and you're like,
describing Mike.
How dare you, Brendan? I'm gonna get drunk and show up to your house if you don't want your back.
You're like biting my earlobe, and I'm like, "Hey, man, really? I'm just trying to have a good time." You're like, "What? What?" Oh,
well, like, I'm not having a good time? I'm not having a good time.
Oh, yeah.
Did you guys ever have like ecstasy parties? Did you ever do that?
In high school?
No. My friends did it when I went off to college, and then that's why most of them aren't here anymore.
Yeah. I mean, Brendan, very few kids like just start
Okay.
doing hard drugs in middle school and turn out to be the upstanding person you
Dude,
are
we had
today.
this awesome ecstasy party where we were at our friend Caitlin's house, and we just everyone took like 2 or 3 tabs, and we were just all. It was the best, man.
I
And then
had
we tried
those
to
in-
recreate it one night, and we bought like ecstasy that was mixed with like heroin or something,
Mhm.
and it was less MDMA than it was heroin, so there was more heroin in it, and it turned into a fucking opium den. Everybody was like sleeping on the
just
floor.
shades drawn. You guys just like
Yeah, it's like 4 p.m.
nodding
the
out.
next day.
I did that stuff not in like high school or middle school, but I did it after college. Like when we first moved to New York City, we would get a ton of ecstasy, and even like right before I started doing comedy, we get a ton of ecstasy, and we'd all just like fucking feel
Hell
soft
yeah.
blankets and rub our genitals on each other.
We should do
I
ecstasy.
never did it until I started listening to EDM music, and it just changed everything.
It's more fun when you're not at an EDM show. I'm telling you, if you're just like if you're hanging
You
out
said
with
that
a
as a
group of
person
people,
who's not at an EDM show with
I've done
ecstasy.
it. I've done what's it called? I did a LCD sound system, and I was on Molly.
That's not EDM music.
What song do those guys sing? The one from the shampoo commercial? What do they sing?
What?
I
LCD.
don't know.
LCD.
I think it's LED. What is it called? What are
LCD
they?
sounds.
I was
LCD
right?
sounds. Yeah.
All right,
But they're not EDM. They're like rock that has.
Yeah, they're like yacht rock.
They have like a keyboard. Yeah, yacht rock. Sailing takes me away.
All right, we have two more questions left.
Okay.
We're doing questions.
Yeah. We have really been spiraling off the planet for the last 20 minutes. All right, Sarah Hagen Miller again. She's a Rosebud Baker Memorial Fund member. She's going to get another phone call. It's going to be great. What's the most fucked up thing you did at someone's house at a party? Pee in their sink, steal something.
I have already explained mine in tremendous detail, so you guys take it away.
Brendan has definitely stolen stuff from somebody's house.
I've stolen shit, but I can't think of anything. I really can't.
It was nothing of importance.
I don't think so. I think I really just all I cared about was, oh, you know what? I don't remember this. This is probably the only fucked up thing that I've ever done, but I don't remember it. I just know that I'm not friends with someone now because of it. And it's like, I didn't know until I saw them like a year later. And I was like, Allie, what's going on? It's been so long. And she was like, and like, was giving me like hard attitude, like to the point where I asked my friend Tanya, I was like, hey, what's going on with Allie? She's a little pissed at somebody. And Tanya was like, she fucking hates you, dude.
What did you do?
Okay, this is what they told me. So, and I have pictures from this night. Me and a couple. So I got invited to her party. She was having a little get together at her house, her apartment, and I brought 2 friends. I brought 3 friends, and we just got like blackout drunk, dude, to the point where everyone was gone. The whole party left, and Allie was like, "Okay, I'm trying to go to sleep now." And I'm like, we're going to fucking stay here. And she's like, no, you can't stay here. And I was like, fuck you. You know, like just verbally attacking her for trying to ask me to leave her house. And then I guess eventually I did. So the story doesn't really end that well, but she was pissed at me. That's probably the worst thing. I'm a pretty good party guy. I'm okay. I don't steal anything. I appreciate the house that I'm in.
Can I tell you something I appreciate that you do at parties?
Shoot.
Well, not even at parties, even at get-togethers or social gatherings. You came to my apartment and you went out. We were outside because we were working on a sketch, right?
This was recent?
And
yeah,
you were there. And so we were writing this. You're like, somebody, I can't wait to hear this. What happened? You said at one point, and you hadn't yet, but you go, let me know when you guys want to like kick me out or when I've worn out my welcome, which nobody ever does. And so many people stay way too long. You hadn't breached that point yet, but it was nice that you even offered that.
I'm very aware of party etiquette. You know,
you have your finger on the party pulse.
Exactly. Let me know when you want me to leave, and I'll clean up everything as well. I appreciate this.
That you didn't offer.
I did clean. Yeah, I did.
You took some things in. You didn't offer though.
Okay, well, what would you expect me to fucking scrub it down with Windex? Would have been nice. It would be nice.
Wouldn't kill you, you know.
I put like yellow gloves on. You guys go out. I'm just gonna vacuum. I'll fucking clean the place up.
Mike, what was yours?
What is the question?
You have the questions. You're the only one with the questions.
Oh, what's the most fucked up thing you did at someone's house at a party? I'm trying to think. I don't know. Like I've like fucked in people's bathrooms and shit like that. That was pretty commonplace. Any time I went, especially because my girlfriend and I both had strict parents, every party we went to, we'd lock up like a bathroom immediately.
Nice.
Yeah.
I lost my virginity at a house party.
Yeah.
In like the kid's house. It was his sister's bedroom.
Oh, nice. Wow. On her bed?
Of course.
Wait,
That's
was
a
it the
great way to
girl's
lose your-
virginity too?
No, she had sex with one other guy.
Oh, okay. I was gonna
Same
say,
house?
imagine if you just fucking had her bleed all over some little girl's bed. That would have been awful.
Same house, same night.
Yeah.
Different
But
room.
I haven't like really. I mean, I've definitely broken shit before, for sure. I've gotten into fights. In college I got into fights and I broke somebody's bookshelf. I forgot about that. What were you gonna say?
Did you lose your virginity to a virgin? Did both of you lose your virginities to
Nicole.
other virgins?
Yeah.
Wow, that's pretty
Yeah.
cool. That's pretty
name was
hard to
Dervla.
like coordinate.
It was terrible. It
All
was the
right.
worst. No, it was awful.
It wasn't good for
But I've had sex
her.
with a few virgins also.
I've never had sex with a virgin.
Really?
Yeah,
I've
But
killed.
I'm
a few
about to.
virgins.
As I say, I'm about to inherit 72 of them. You'll find out soon enough.
That's dangerous to say with that as your backdrop.
America, baby.
All right, last question. John Beatty, which friends do you invite to your key party? What's key party?
Is that
Is
a
that like a
cocaine
coke
party?
party?
That's what I picture.
Oh, okay, yeah. Well, not Feeney. He's never.
No,
You've
no,
never done
Feeney.
it, right?
Go fuck
No,
in
but
my
I have.
sister's room.
I've always told I have coke energy, so
Yeah,
I
you
feel like
definitely
I
have
could
that.
fit in. But the older I get, the more obvious it is when I'm around somebody on cocaine.
Right.
It used to, I would never be able to tell, but now it's like I can really.
Well,
pretty
I think it's
immediately.
because the cocaine has gotten worse, so the side effects of how you behave on it has actually decreased. You know what I mean?
But-
like it used to be the cool drug because it was pure. You could do pure coca, and then you'd turn into like Stefan Urkel. But now it's like
See,
so
that's what you
stepped
thought
on.
you were turning into. That's the problem.
No, no. No, I never
It's
did
usually
that
just
shit.
ends up being like, so listen. You know, like you're very
Yeah.
close
Yeah,
to the
you're-
person.
You don't come out like smooth, you know. You come out sweating out of your eyebrows.
No,
Yeah.
there's been several nights where I've sold somebody on a real life story a few times on cocaine. So I know I was a James Bond.
Well, okay. Mike is definitely
I'm
going.
be-
to
I'm
my,
kidding
my key
around
party.
and- What?
You're definitely going.
Oh, hell yeah.
You're invited to my key party. Feeney, I don't think much. I don't think he would. It's everybody who I've had a good time with while doing coke.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, we kind
you-
of can't out
Name 'em.
anybody else.
I can't. I
It's
wish I
okay.
could.
So Brendan's invited and then no one else.
Oh,
Let's just say
never
someone
mind.
named
We
Mo
totally-
DeRosa.
we totally misunderstood this. A key party is a couple's party where all the men put the car keys into a bowl or bag, and at the end of the party, the women blindly select a set of keys to determine who she goes home with for the rest of the evening for sexual gratification.
Oh,
Oh.
then everybody I've ever met is going to that party.
Yeah. Yeah, I suppose.
I like
I don't
our
know.
thing better. Who would you invite to
To
do
a cocaine.
with?
Yeah, it's so far it's just me and Brendan making eye contact doing rails.
Coming up with domain names.
Yeah. And what's the matter you.org.
It's always holiday parties for
Coke.
the most cocaine usage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Oh
love
my
it.
God. I remember doing cocaine, setting up a party at the W when I worked at that ad agency with the cross-eyed boss. and I set up the whole fucking thing. It was unbelievable, the budget that I got this in under. It was like literally a miracle that I worked this thing, and I got blackout drunk instantly, like within minutes. I fell down the steps at one point, like tumbled down the steps, but then landed in catcher position at the base and launched myself onto the couch, and then jumped on the couch like this, and people started clapping. It was.
Well, I can see them clapping for another reason too.
Yeah, I mean,
just like when someone's making a fool of themselves. Oh,
that was actually early in the night, though. that wasn't pure blackout. That was just mostly me lacking coordination at the moment. But oh man, and I definitely did coke, but that did nothing. It like was one of the few times that it didn't even help sober me up. It just added evil. You know what I mean? Like it just, I didn't perk up. I have no new memory. I'm just like, now I'm like complete id, baby. And I like pissed on the fucking wall of the W. I was smoking cigarettes. I was telling my boss that he doesn't like the party, and don't even tell me that you like it, because you don't even understand how hard it was to put together, and I'm gonna go. And then I just turned around and like got in a cab and just went uptown. And that's what I ended up, I was just dating Nicole. And she said I got to her apartment, and she had already left the party. She saw where it was going. Like I'm pretty sure we got into a fight even. And so I went to her apartment, and I got up there, and she said I was like vacant eyed. I immediately, I went into her room, got naked, and walked into the living room where her roommate and her roommate's boyfriend were. And I went into the shower naked, walked naked back into her room, and then she put me to bed. And 10 minutes after putting me to bed, she heard the biggest crash ever. She went into her room. I'm kneeling at the bed in like prayer position. And she goes, Mike, are you fucking praying? And she walked around the corner to my side of the bed. And she said my dick was out and I was pissing on the bed.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
You want to hear something freaky? That's how they found Mac Miller without the piss. He was praying.
Oh man, that's all right.
Yeah, sad.
Hey,
You just reminded me of a time I embarrassed myself in front of my boss. I was interning at Colbert, and I went out and was at a bar.
And you called him Jon Stewart?
It was like way worse. I was underage drinking because I wasn't old enough to drink alcohol yet, and I had, I think, like 4 Long Island iced teas in an hour, and just was like, you know, when you don't realize how shit-faced you're getting, but the more interactions you're having with people, the more their reactions to you talking is like, like they're going like, I wish Brendan was caring or paying attention in any way.
I cared. I'm sorry.
Get off your phone.
I was talking to a lady, you know?
No, you weren't. Your mother?
Miss Cannon. Wow. Your mom, not your wife. I would never disrespect you.
Well, my mother changed her name after the divorce. Thank you very much. It is no longer Mrs. Cannon.
What is
Mrs.
she now?
Bouvier?
Why would I tell you what it is? Yeah, it's Mrs. Bouvier. Mrs. Bouvier.
So I don't know. At some point, I had lost hope that I was fully under the belief that nobody important from the show would show up. I thought it was just going to be like an interns and maybe like the people like production assistants. And then Steven came in and started like talking to people. And I can't really remember the conversation I had with him, but I think it was something like where we had a one-on-one and I said something. I was like, what a show, huh? And then he was like, and he was like, yeah, what are you drinking there? And I was like, I'm gonna go. And then just like left.
Oh, dude.
Took a Metro North train back up to New Rochelle, overslept, missed the stop, and Erica had to pick me up in Rye.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
It was bad. It was really embarrassing.
Well, that's great. Thank you for sharing that, Feeney.
That's always the worst when you're at a party and like someone that you maybe not respect, but just someone that like comes up to you and is like, obviously not concerned, but they're like, you all right, man? You know, when you're like, fine. What?
Yeah. They're like, dude, you good?
I love that Sagalo story. Where was that, Brendan, with DeRosa?
Oh, it was Atlantic City. No, not Atlantic City. the Red Clay Comedy Festival.
Oh yeah.
I was like, I just walked up to get a beer, and at this point, DeRosa's like, he's like a favorite of mine, and I'm like, I walked up, I got the beer, and I'm like, what's up, man? And he just went, you all right, dude? I was like, no.
That's so funny. That's the worst feeling ever. Because then you're like,
I have
fuck.
only had embarrassing moments with that guy.
Oh, I know a few of yours. Yeah.
We'll never be friends.
Don't you hate that?
Never be
There's
friends.
just somebody that you're like, oh, there's just no reason that we can't. I'm trying so hard.
We've missed our window.
Yeah.
Yeah. What are you gonna do? This is
I
fantastic.
would say another story, but I can't. This one's way too like.
But remind me right after this records because I vaguely remember it. I think that was
Was
also
that
at a
the
holiday
Halloween party?
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hold on,
All right.
share it. Come on, this is Patreon, baby.
No, you can't.
It's
no,
live.
it's live on
It's
YouTube.
live on YouTube. Oh yeah, true. Well, no one's watching it.
Well, this wasn't DeRosa.
No, you can't tell the story.
I can't. I know. I don't know. No, it was, but I can't.
Fine. All right.
I'll tell it on the show.
All right. You'll tell it on the show.
There's
Perfect.
a little.
That's why you signed up, everybody. Patreon.com/scenario pod. We do hypotheticals, what if scenarios, all that stuff. Tonight was a themed episode live free that we put out every week now while in quarantine. Hope to entice you guys to sign up. Again, patreon.com/scenario pod.
Support.
And support. We got a bunch of tiers, bunch of content that we're offering, and we are wildly open to suggestions. So jump in, join the community, and toss around some shit. Right, boys?
It's a comedy obstacle course that you help create.
Oh, you're the designer.
that's the
It's like
tagline.
It's like
Right?
Sim City for jokes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Roller coaster tycoon even.
Yeah.
All right. Before we get you guys to not do it. Good night.
Bye, everybody.